Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this how to play video I'm going to take a look at the more aggressive Warlock archetype, the Zoolock. While Control Warlock and Cube Lock are getting a lot of the fame right now, Zoolock is still actually a perfectly viable deck for ladder and even for tournaments. And it can surprise with that change of pace from those slow control matchups into a very aggressive and fast matchup. I've tried a number of zoo lists recently, tried to build my own as well, but I haven't been perfectly happy with any of them. That said, this is the build that I have had the most success with. It's a build I don't know who the original inventor was, it has been seen on ladder for some time already, and the pro player Calax brought it to HCT Toronto and did extremely well there. It is one of these newer breed of Fungalmancer and buff style of zoo decks. In a way newer breed, in a way going back to the older style of what Zoo used to be. So it doesn't have Gul'dan in it, it doesn't have any bone mares in it, it caps out at just 5 mana. So very fast deck. Zoo as an archetype is extremely dependent on board, so you have to be very smart about your trading, and you need to do a lot of trading still while playing this deck. Although there are some ways that this deck can snowball and you can just go face and let the other person do the trading as well. Those ways are mostly reliant on the buffs in this deck, because it's run both Demon Fire and Blood Fury Potion, so when you have a 1-drop demon on the board, you're often able to build that into a rather formidable threat, and if the opponent is unable to silence it, then you might just be able to hit face with that and win the game through that pressure alone. There are also some mid-game buffs in the deck in the form of Crystal Weaver buffs your demons and Fungalmancer, which buffs 2 adjacent minions. But overall, you are very dependent on board, so don't lose board while you play this deck. Go face if you can force the opponent to do the trades, but trade when you can trade so that you will get a better board position in the following turn. This build comes with a couple of deck cards. There are 2 copies of Spellbreaker, you just want to get through those Void Lords. And there's 1 copy of Dragon Slayer, to kill some of those pesky dragons that priests tend to like so much nowadays. Other interesting cards in this build are the Glacial Shard, which can freeze an opponent's minion or their face in order to protect your minions and maybe allow you to not trade for a while and go face a bit more. Try to set up those lethal plays. And there's Despicable Dreadlord, which is extremely important against Paladin in particular, because it's your only real board clear card in this deck. This deck sticks true to the basic principles of including Doomguard in your deck. There is nothing in this deck that is too important, so if you can replace the cards that Doomguard discards, mainly by having Mulligan in play, do play Doomguard early. You want that Doomguard out on the board, it is the most powerful minion in the deck. As for the mulligans with this deck, you're generally looking for your early game minions, especially Flame Imp, Librarian, Malxar's Imp, Voidwalker and the Vulgar Homunculus. And if you have some of these minions, you can often also keep something like Demon Fire or Blood Fury Potion if you have an early game demon. The main matchup where you do something special in Mulligan is against Paladin, because Paladin is so focused on flooding the board right now. You should keep a Despicable Dreadlord in Mulligan against Paladin. It doesn't come out immediately, but it's one of the key pieces that allows you to maintain board control in the mid-game. As always, I have prepared a bunch of gameplay material of this deck for you, and remember, if you enjoy this content then please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. And now let's go take a look at some Fungalmancer Zoo. We'll see. Maybe I should have looked for something more. There's a high health, low attack, so that might not be their line. You can get some defiles going pretty easily. Then again, if I... Oh, it's a zoo. That's interesting. Okay. That is really interesting. Can go with the Homunculus. But I'll hit there. In case he happens to have some kind of buff for that. I can take the hit now. You can have Demon Fire for it. Have you played any Combo Priest? Yes, Letruweir, there's a video of Combo Priest on my YouTube channel. I can afford to discard the Crystal Weaver, right?
You are not the boss of me.
Yeah, we're just going in for the tempo. So far that one away. We get to draw another card. Okay. This looks reasonably fine. I'll take it. Oh, he has... What does he have? Oh, Demon Fire. Just Demon Fire. I don't mind Demon Fire because I can silence that. Yeah, I'm so silencing that one right now. He cannot play Despicable Dreadlord next turn yet. So I can just take that down to deny further demon buffs. Of course, in 2 turns he can play the Despicable Dreadlord to kill the Flame Imp. More demon buffs. Interesting. So I could use Demon Fire, trade these 2 into the Imp. That's an option. Let's tap first. That is a card that I would love to play. I can use Demon Fire on this, then there is an opening for Despicable Dreadlord. I think it's fine. I can take that chance. This becomes a 3/5. So I can double trade that Imp away. That will leave a small opening for Despicable Dreadlord to kill the Malkisar's Imp, but it doesn't kill anything else. And he, of course, first has to have that in order to play it. That's my own Despicable Dreadlord. Which is a fine card as such, but I think this is still a Doomguard turn. I think this is still going to be a Doomguard turn. Do I trade something into the Dragon Slayer? 9, 12, 13. No, I don't have any reason to. I think I keep these. That's my 1-2 curve. I could even play double Flame Imp to start with. What's a priest going to do about double Flame Imp? I guess they have something they can do, but let's see. Let's be a little bit aggressive here.
Once upon a time.
Okay. Well, he could of course have Inner Fires and Divine Spirits and all sorts of stuff like that, but I think I'm just going to hit face a lot right now. He might be able to pick up more Duskbreakers. I could have traded here to protect this from a Duskbreaker. There's some ways he could punish me for not trading. Yeah, looks like a Duskbreaker setup to me. Really looks like a Duskbreaker setup. I could trade here and Blood Fury Potion this one. I think that's what I want. Because then he cannot deal with it with a Duskbreaker. Let's try this. So now Duskbreaker does nothing. That's still a nice card, so it's a Control Priest. Interesting. I have a 12 from hand. But he can just play a lot of spells. Very interesting. But if I hit that one, then he can Duskbreaker. I think the best I can do right now is to do this. He needs to play 3 spells to compensate for the damage from the Flame Imp. And Duskbreaker is not an option here, because this doesn't die to Duskbreaker, so he can't get through to the Flame Imp. But he could have 3 spells. It's hard to say. That was 2 spells though. And now he's dead. Fabulous. That was a pretty good game. I liked how that one went. I think I might keep a Spellbreaker against Priest. Same guy, is it? Klein Barney. Yeah, it is same. Alright. Alright, so we know it's a Control Priest then. Then that would be a Control Priest. Let's see what we can do. But we'll see. Why would you coin a Historian? What is the advantage? I'm not certain. But I do know that I like hitting him in the face. So let's do that. Because now the coin is gone, so can't get an early Duskbreaker. All sorts of that kinds of things that he would love to do. Just can't. Can it be a combo priest? Nah, they still run powered shielding control. I might even get some Dragon Slayer value in this game. I was hoping he would play Dragon already, because that would be my curved play. I don't have a play for next turn if I can't play Dragon Slayer. And I don't want to play the Dragon Slayer when... Oh, but that's a good one. Not finding on curve play. Top deck on curve play. And with Priest of the Feast out there, I really believe this is a Control Priest and not a Combo Priest. Which means that I'm not scared of the high health of the Netherspite Historian. I can top deck another on curve play. Nice. Oh, I could also buff my own minions here. Well, making this a 4/6 does mean that it cannot be killed with a Duskbreaker. I think I want to buff up the demon. Then hit him in the face. Because he can't play pint-size horror yet. He could play horror, which would have killed these two. But he can't play pint-size and horror. And now Duskbreaker is also useless. He could have another copy of Duskbreaker in hand though. That would be reasonably powerful. So I don't want to play a Dragon Slayer, because then he plays another Duskbreaker and kills these. But I can play a Despicable Dreadlord. I think I'll take the trade there. Push for the face. This means that another Duskbreaker doesn't do anything. Well, it does kill the homunculus, of course, but other than that... Now he can play the pint-size and horror, though. And that's exactly what he has there. So I'm playing around Duskbreaker again. I turned that into a 4/6. So he would need Duskbreaker and pint-size potion. Troitkin, what do you think the gimmick for the class legendaries will be this time around? I don't know. I really don't know. We know that there will be 2 legendary cards for each class. And we know that one of the Shaman legendary cards is a hero card. And that hero card is the only hero card in the expansion. I just literally played around this. Or does he have 3 Duskbreakers? That would be pretty strong. So I can push 6 to face now. I'm tapping here. Ooh, the Fungalmancer. Oh, I could push 10 to face. If he has another Duskbreaker, he gets a board clear. Or I can push 6 to face and trade away the Duskbreaker. I think we're going with the mushroom power here. I think we're going with the mushroom power and playing around another Duskbreaker. So I have 8 on board and I have 5 from hand, which is 13, which means that if he heals his face and can't clear, but he can clear 1. Okay. That's the 3rd Duskbreaker now. So it's unlikely for there to be more Duskbreakers. So we kill that one with the Dragon Slayer. Blood Fury Potion this to punch him in the face for 9. And then what? It's down to 4. I have enough mana to play Spellbreaker Doomguard next turn, so no taunts help. 13 on board. He has to do some clearing and healing. But he might of course be able to do that. Savage Anduin. He's dead if he plays Anduin. Anduin kills this one, but then I have 9 left. So Anduin is not an out. I mean, he could play Anduin of course, but it's not an out with my hand. He can't even find anything from my deck that he can play with 3 mana to survive. I think I can try with this hand.
The light dims, but we fight. You are not the boss of me.
Do I use the coin here? Yes, because I want this one dead. I can Demon Fire next turn. He can't play a weapon yet. And that's pretty much the best he can do. Now I'm going to Soulfire the Knife Juggler actually. I kill this one. I play Voidwalker. I Soulfire the Knife Juggler away. Lost the best card I had, which is a little bit annoying. I would have rather lost the Demon Fire. But then again, drawing a Voidwalker means that I still have a turn 3 play. I can start playing a weapon here, but it's not that awesome. I want multiple minions on the board, so Voidwalker and the Demon Fire on the Voidwalker, so that he cannot kill it with the Rallying Blade. But he could have Call to Arms now. Does he have the Call to Arms? Oh, Spellbreaker. That's powerful too. But it's still fine, it's still fine. I can Blood Fury Potion this. I'll just Blood Fury Potion that to trade away the Spellbreaker. Now he can have something like Stand Against Darkness if he's really nutty draw. Yeah, and he does exactly that. Well, that sucks, because if he also has a level up, then I guess that's game. I have to start trading these away. I didn't find a Despicable Dreadlord. If I had Despicable Dreadlord and he played that, that would be game over. But unfortunately, he got the good stuff and I didn't. Despicable Dreadlord a little bit late. Well, can't help it. This is how we need to roll now. But if he also has a buff, I mean, I needed that Despicable Dreadlord a little bit sooner. He doesn't have a buff, he would never have made that trade if he had a buff. Okay, there's still a chance. I mean, Crystalline is obviously bad, but I can do Despicable Dreadlord. And then I can make it a 6-7. So he can still trade it away, but he will have to use both the Crystal Lion and Tharium to do it. Or he needs a weapon. Hi, Telespiel. Oh dear, what's coming next? Nothing much. Then he has to double trade. Well, this is hectic. I guess Councilman will have to do here. And silence away the possibility to create more Divine Shield minions. Okay. I haven't seen a call to arms yet. I haven't seen Stegodons or level ups. Alright, please don't get any good adapts. Oh no, gets the best adapt. Wow. Well, another Despicable Dreadlord, please. That's not Despicable Dreadlord. I think I have to play it anyway. Then I need to tap. Take the trade there. Let's have to soul fire one of the poisonous minions now. Could have tried to find the... yeah, could have tried to wait for Despicable Dreadlord, but he could have more buffs for them, which would be bad. Well, 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 well. Doom God is not bad. To use it to kill the juggler. Patti Arenath just subscribed. Thank you so much. Thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. And welcome. What can he find? No, not +3 attack. Down to 12. I can silence one, I can trade one. He'll have 4. I have to tap here. I can't get the Fungalmancer and the Spellbreaker out.
Your magic shall not save.
I need to silence one of those. Trade away the other. 4 plus 3. Rallying Blade is lethal. If I play the Flame Imp, I think I'm losing this one. I don't see any way to win, really.
Back to your homes.
Any half-decent card wins him the game right on the spot. And Crystal Weaver doesn't do it. Homunculus doesn't do it. Actually, I can play Homunculus. I go down to 3. No, it's still not enough. He has exactly 3 on board. So... but I'm not going to wait for them to come back. They rarely do. You can coin like a Knife Juggler if I play an Imp. I'll play the Librarian first. Let's do it in this order, because this denies coin Knife Juggler. Because of course the Righteous Protector is pretty sweet here. I need to trade here to play around Rallying Blade. Then I can either play the Homunculus or I can play Voidwalker, Malcazar's Imp. If he has Rallying Blade, it's always going to be pretty sweet. I can play the Homunculus now. Then I'll probably play Councilman next turn. And Imp, Voidwalker and something on the 4 maybe. Oh, it's a Murloc Paladin. Alright. Oh, that's so good right now. That's so good here. Well, forget about the Councilman. I mean, I am killing the Tidecaller, right? Or do I leave the Tidecaller up? Play a Councilman, leave Tidecaller up. play Imp, Voidwalker, Demon Fire on 4. What can he do? He can coin Call to Arms next turn. This will get buffed, but it won't get held if it's Call to Arms. That's an acceptable plan. If he coins Call to Arms, this can kill this one. But it's not going to gain any health. Alright. And then I can play Malcazar Simp, Voidwalker, and Demon Fire the Tidecaller away.
You are not the boss of me.
I can Demon Fire the Tidecaller away, but I can kill the Knife Juggler. Obviously he can have buffs for the remaining Murloc, but the Knife Juggler is just very scary. Like if he has that, for example. If I play the Despicable Dreadlord, that one kills this. I can clear this board with that. I think it's worth it. So then the Councilman will trade here. And these two will hit there. And the Dreadlord will kill the Murlocs. So I've gotten rid of a lot of Murlocs already. Double Call to Arms, but this time I had the Dreadlord. Oh, but double Knife Juggler too. Oh no. Not double Knife Juggler too. Please don't get perfect juggles. At least he didn't get completely perfect juggles. That's something. Not the time to play a Doom Guard yet. It's time to play a tap. Yeah, then we Blood Fury Potion here. Trade away the Juggler. This one kills the others. But I can Glacial Shard his face so he can't use the weapon now. But I get another minion on the board. Tarim is sweet. So I could play Demon Fire, turn this into a 5/5. I could play Demon Fire, I could turn this into a 6/6, then he can't even kill it with the... He can't even kill it with the Champion's Maul. If it's a 6/6, it hits into Tarim and it kills the Tarim, and then I will have a 6/3, 3/3 and a 5/4 on the board. That has got to be the play. That has got to be the play. This preserves as much of a board as I can, and he has already spent both copies of Call to Arms and Tarim now. And his weapon doesn't directly kill anything at the moment. Both Knife Jugglers are gone too. Gets a secret. Do I even want to trade anything? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.